Nathan Outteridge, helmsman for Emirates Team New Zealand. We've just had day 35 with the LEQ on a magic winter's day. Beautiful conditions, maybe 9 knots. How did you see the day go?
Well, we're very lucky to have such good weather at this time of year. We weren't sure if it was going to be enough, but we ended up getting that like 7 to 9 knot wind range, kind of exactly what we were looking for, and the rest of the week looks pretty breezy, so it's good to get a good mixture of conditions in when you're in this testing phase. So yeah, it was nice. The guys got off the plane this morning and we're straight back into it, so it's perfect.
Yeah, no, I mean, there's no rest for the wicked round here. Boys back from a good result in Chicago and straight on the boat. It's awesome to see that there's no
it's the best way to get over jet lag is to put everyone straight on a plane and get back into it. So
no, definitely. It was really interesting to see that you guys got through 2 jibs. We on the 1 to begin with and then down to the 2. They look like the 1 design jibs.
Yep, just signing those off before we fly away, so got the full quiver of race sails here. So it was a great day to get the J1 up and just check it's all correct, make sure there's no defects in the sail, so that was good. And then we switched to the 2, and yeah, it was only an hour and a half session, probably really at the end of the day. A few tacks and jibes out there as well, and we haven't really used the J1 much lately on the LEQ, so it was good to see that there is a use for it, and yeah, it's a good day.
It definitely looked rapid, and obviously we've got some new additions on the development foil, the asymmetric one. It looks to have quite a hooked outboard tip on it, which we haven't seen before. Is that, I'm taking a stab in the dark, stopping leeway? Is that why we want that upright on the outboard end of the foil?
No, I think we've got lots of little things we want to be testing on the foils, and all the teams are looking at that. The wingtips and everything on the outboard is all about just the surface interaction and trying to make sure you're not having air escaping down the foil. So tip loss, just trying various different tips on the foil to try and see what we can put out there, so that when the foil does pierce the surface, it has the least effect on the lift across the entire foil. So you probably noticed we've been moving the foil side to side and changing the tips quite a bit, and that's all experimentation and continual development from the last couple as well.
So we're noticing that you're in that light stuff. You were playing with ride height a bit. Just I'm not sure if that's more energy coming in with slightly more breeze, or you're actually looking at different ride heights. When you throw it into attack and the boat is really high, do you need to put more rudder on than if you were lower?
It's just something that we're always playing around with. The less foil immersion you have, the less drag you have, but the harder it is to get the boat to turn, because you use the foils to actually pivot around. So if you're flying a little bit too high, say into attack or a jibe, then at the back, you have to use more rudder to turn it. And if you get too high, then you run out of grip on the rudder and it spins out and lets go. So there's just that delicate balance, and in the light air is the best time to play around with it, because the boat's going slower, so you can kind of change your attitude of your boat a little bit easier. You'll probably see in the next couple of days when we're out there in 20 knots that you might not be flirting with such little rudder in the water, and that's all part of it. And that's the the good thing about the LEQ with the manual flight control, with the boat that's so light and responsive, is that you get really good feel on the wheel and really good feel through all the flight control systems to know where the limit is. When you go into the bigger boat, it's a bit different. It's more of a bus, so it's a bit more mechanical, and you don't get the same kind of feedback.
Understand. But the boat is looking, basically, it is progressing from a layman off the boat. Each step seems to be a step forward. We haven't seemed to have gone sideways or backwards ever. It just seems to be getting faster and faster and slicker. Are we not trying hard enough? Should we be experimenting more or pushing the boundaries harder?
We're definitely trying different stuff. We're definitely trying to find the edges of development, and internally there's been a few things we've done that probably haven't taken as big a step forward as we wanted to do, and other things that have surprised us, and we've gained quite a bit from it too. So the America's Cup is a design race, and we're in this phase of testing and development, and it's going really well. We're not down here for that much longer, and we'll move up to Barcelona and we'll be on to different priorities there. But we've probably got 1 more week of sailing here before we head up, and I'm really looking forward to continuing this design and testing loop, and getting into some warmer weather.
Yeah, warmer weather, definitely. You're a competitive yachtsman. The racing is the pinnacle, or are you getting a real kick out of this development phase?
It's a huge mixture, racing. We all love racing, and in the America's Cup that will happen at the very end. nothing beats racing against competitors when your boat's faster than theirs. So that's what we're here for at the moment, to make this thing go as fast as we can and try and find a way to control the beast.
Nathan, thank you for your time. Have a great debrief and we'll see you bright and early tomorrow.
Perfect, thanks.